From Hollywood, California, welcome to Reza Riffs with your host, Keith Reza.
Hey, Rifters, welcome to the show. Subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend. This is a very unique episode of Razor Riffs. There is no guest. It is a solo episode, and I'm just talking to you all um, to, just ask for help or guidance or something. Um, so here's what happened. My Facebook and Instagram is disabled, banned, or suspended. Don't know which one, but if you try and find me, I'm not on any of them. Uh, I'll just start from the top. About 3 months ago, my I had uh I had four Facebook accounts. I had Keith Reza, which is, the one you guys know me from. I had Reza Keith, which is the one of people of actual coworkers I've had, like from the grocery store, the 99-cent store when I worked there, or Uber, stuff like that, just like actual coworkers for networking. I had a Kiefer Walker one, which is connected to the podcast Raise a Riffs, and what that one was is for like actual friends, like people I hang out with, family, stuff like that. And then I had the Laughatonics one, which I still have, and I'm very surprised that hasn't gone away, but I still have that one. But that's for the production of the comedy shows and stuff. So what happened was um, the three accounts, Kiefer Walker, Reza Keith, and Keith Reza, all got deleted. And I was having panics attacks with, I do also have Asperger's and autism, as you guys know, but I think I need to make that clearer for the new listeners to see just what stressfulness I'm going through. Um, so I have Asperger's and autism and anxiety, major anxiety, and depression and all that jazz. I got all of it, right? And so when my accounts got deleted, I was freaking out and I didn't know what to do. So I spent hundreds of hours on YouTube. Uh, I don't like Reddit, but I was on Reddit, finding out solutions and stuff. And one of the solutions it said is buy a blue check mark on Instagram and you could talk to Meta, like customer service. So I did that. I was very strongly against doing that because I always believed a check mark should be earned. Kind of like how Twitter was like, hey, if you earned it, you earned it. But unfortunately, I had no choice because my Facebook was connected to my shows and my calendar and my gigs and other comedians that I book and they book me and stuff like that. So I had to do it. So I spent $20 and I DM'd Meta. Meta was very, very polite and they got on my case pretty fast. I would say 2 to 3 weeks, I had my Facebook account back. And they called me, which is very important. You need them to call you. And, you know, I think like if you could get them to call you, I think that's when things are going in your favor because they can understand the hurt, the confusion in your voice, and all that stuff. But basically, my accounts were getting disabled for account in integrity. I do have a speech stutter too. Integrity, account integrity. Basically, what it means is with validation and proving who you are, ID, stuff like that. And also, since I'm a minor public figure, people could be making fake accounts for me, blah blah blah. So that's kind of what was going on. Um, so I got my blue check mark, then I got my Facebook back, and everything was great. I was being less engaging to people on Facebook because I didn't want to break any rules. If I did break rules the first time, I didn't want to do whatever I was doing again. So when I get DMs, I'd just be like, okay, hey, this is my email. Feel free to email me. We could talk over email, stuff like that. But let's keep Instagram professional and supportive and Facebook and all that stuff. So that's what I did. And on a couple days ago, last Friday. Let me get the exact date for you. It was Friday, August 1st. Friday, August 1st, I DM'd Meta again because I was worried. I was curious if I could get the Reza Keith account back or the Kiefer Walker account back, even though I never really use them anymore. I was just curious if I could get them back, for shits and giggles. They called me, very professional, stuff like that. And then they told me I couldn't get those accounts back because of ID validation and stuff. And they basically said that everyone should only have one Facebook, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. And then they said my Facebook and Instagram are doing good content, no reports, all that stuff. You're golden. I was like, all right, cool, great. Now, keep in mind with that story, like I gave up on those other two accounts because I figured, you know what? If people I worked with actually want to stay in touch, they'll support my comedy, and my actual friends would, you know, should support my comedy. So to me, it was like, all right, less stress in that department. Now, that was on Friday, August 1st. On Monday, uh, August 4th, I got a text message saying, "We've suspended your Instagram account for your safety. Log on here." I thought that was very weird. So I logged on, I couldn't get in, blah, blah, blah. My Instagram is connected to an email I no longer use. So the email is connected to my computer, which is very hard because I do have a computer, but I'm never on it. So I checked it and it said, "Hi, Keith Reza," because I'm Keith Reza. Your Instagram account has been suspended. This is because your account or activity on it doesn't follow our community standards on CSE, abuse and nudity. Now, what CSE means, child sexual exploitation, abuse and nudity. If you think this is a mistake, you can file an appeal until January 31st, 2026. Obviously, I filed an appeal, and as of right now, I am still waiting on an appeal. I submitted an appeal on August 4th, the day I actually got suspended, and it says it takes over a day to review your information. Check back here. It's obviously been about 2 days officially right now, and it's about 8 o'clock Pacific time. So I can no longer DM support uh, on any of my pages because they got deleted. When I log on to Facebook, it says your account's been deleted because of something you did on Instagram, and something I did on Instagram just deleted me. I don't know what I did. It says in the email, child sexual exploitation, abuse, and nudity. I definitely did not do that. Um, I think it's very random, and I think it's an AI glitch. Um, Stuff like that. Uh, and then I did more research, and ABC News did a big cover story on this. And I emailed the reporter on it, hoping he could help me. He hasn't emailed me back, unfortunately, but his name is Kevin Ozempic. And basically, he did a story about a couple who got banned from Instagram for the exact same reason. And the more research I'm doing is more people are actually getting banned for these reasons. Um, Not that they've done it, but just that it's a glitch in the AI system. And there's several, ways, for glitches that could happen. For an example, I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just giving you an example for the folks at home. Uh, I do comedy. So if I'm booking a comedian and I say, "How long have you been doing comedy?" And they say 13 years. AI will glitch 13 doing comedy, and they'll think that that's 13 years of doing someone named Connie or something, or, another Charlie or something. Like AI doesn't understand the arithmetics of that, even though it's supposed to be all great and dandy. The other thing is like another example is how much for me to do this date. Date, how much, transaction. Maybe they think it's like a prostitution or a drug deal. I don't know. Those are just two examples. I don't know if those are the examples that I got hit with, but those are messages in my DMs because I do comedy and I have to promote myself and stuff like that. So those are just two examples. There could be more. I'm just giving examples to catch you guys up and brief you guys well. The truth is, it's affecting my podcast with the numbers. I can't share it. I can't share the reels. I can't tag my guests. I can't ask my guests to retweet it or share them. I can't promote my shows, especially the shows at the Mamba. All tickets are at the Mamba Eventbrite. Just Google Mamba HB, and that should come up on the Eventbrites or the Mamba HB website. Um, so I can't really promote any of the shows or even the shows I'm touring on, with TJ or whatever. So it's very frustrating. So that's that. I did go on my Laughatonics page. I bought the verification code to talk to um, Meta support. And what they kind of said is, hey, we will not call you, blah, blah, blah. And I need someone to talk to with my autism. I understand better with voice. Reading stuff sometimes it just gets misread. And they just refused to call me. And that was on Facebook, where the people I got to call me last time was on Instagram. So even though it's the same company, I think it's two different departments. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like Toys R Us and Kids R Us. RIP. But Toys R Us, hey, we got toys. Kids R Us, hey, we got kid toys. It's same company, but two different departments. So I think like that's kind of where it is, where Facebook's one department, Instagram's the other department. That's just my theory. I don't know if that's true. It's a theory though. So I'm stuck on the pill page. I've been Googling, watching more YouTube videos, getting more accounts. I've been emailing people. People always tend to tweet, check out the cyber stuff. I haven't bought any of those cyber things because I think that that's a hack, a way to get hacked with the accounts and stuff. But I'm doing research on a couple of them that it still kind of seems sketchy, but other YouTubers have sworn by this person, these people. So I'm kind of like doing a little research on that. That might be an option. I really don't want to go that route, but these YouTubers who are obviously real people, have good followers, um, it's been helping them. So that's an option, but I'm not really on board with that. So the only way I could do it is if someone on Instagram who has a blue check mark can talk on their behalf. I've asked a couple people, and they've kind of said they'll do it. I don't know if they will do it, but they said they'll try. Get this, I even asked my mom, and my mom told me to go fuck off. So my mom won't help me, which she says it's going to ruin her business by the AI algorithm, which is not true. Very disappointed in my mom. Um, Even my father won't help me, even though he said he's called some of his IT people and they've told him that it's a glitch in the system. But basically, they don't want to contact customer support on my behalf because they think it's going to ruin their business, which is 100% ridiculous. But, I told him that, and if the roles were reversed, it just makes me think I I don't know. I'm very hurt by that as well. The other option I have that I've been doing is small claims, to threaten to sue or sue. And these people on Reddit, again, you never know how credible these guys are because they hide behind screen names, but they say that it helps them. They say that once they filed it 5 days later, a Meta lawyer emails them and says, "Hey, your account's back. Please drop the case." So that's an option I might take if I can't get a hold of anyone on Meta. Um, so I gotta figure that out. But basically, the this episode is just to let you guys know I'm still alive. and I appreciate your support. All shows and stuff will be on keithreza.com. We're going to get that website really pumping on Monday. And, we're just going to do what we can. If you guys have any help or feedback or any steps that I could take that if this is happening to you, please email me, Reza, REZA, RIFTS at gmail.com. Give me some solutions. I'm willing to take anything because my Instagram account and my Facebook account are very important to me. It's my livelihood, it's my career. You can't get booked unless you have a social media with followers. And, all I want to do is just make people laugh and do comedy. That's really all I really want to do. I still feel in my heart I will get them back. I just feel I got to uh, do what I can to take this to the next level. And the thing is, I got to be persistent without being annoying. And that's very hard because when your whole life is on social media, not just comedy, but work, dating, friends, jobs, living arrangements, podcast, like your our lives are all totally connected to these platforms. And in a way, it's very helpful because of those situations I said, like most people date by meeting someone and they check out their Instagram or Facebook to see if they're good people you want to spend time with, stuff like that. Jobs, they look at that stuff before they hire you. Make sure you got a, good head on your shoulder, stuff like that. And then, finding places to live, they have ads and stuff where you can try and find places that are affordable. So it's very effective and it's something I need back. So if anyone knows anyone who works at Facebook or Instagram, I really do need this favor to help get my accounts back. It's definitely a glitch in the AI, and when I appealed on the Facebook the first time I did the videos, my appeals got declined. So I'm kind of worried about that because it's definitely me. I can send a a a video, no problem, but it's just like it's just a hassle. And this is, I will say either way, I've lost so much trust in Facebook and Instagram. When you buy the blue check mark, they're supposed to give you account more protection. And the fact that they just deleted it without giving me a warning, or if I did do something, they could send me what I did do. And I could be like, okay, don't do that again. Even though I didn't do anything, but like, I think that that would be a more proper response to give someone a warning and be like, hey, maybe you don't know, but this falls under whatever rule we're breaking, blah, blah, blah. Um, Stuff like that. And it's just kind of frustrating because, for the most part, I just use it to promote my shows, the podcast, and just support people. And it's just kind of weird how, it's been banned. This is the second time in 3 months. So it kind of makes me, so obviously my account is in their system for something. And it just kind of sucks. And I don't know how to get out of that, and I don't know how to get my accounts back. So if anyone has any tips, ideas, helps, friends, or family that work at Facebook or Instagram, I really need your help, guys. It would really mean a lot to me and all that stuff. But for the time being, follow the show on YouTube, TikTok, Keith Reza. I'm still on TikTok. Let's try and see if that community can grow a little. Apple Podcast, and subscribe and review. Like I said, really promote the podcast if you like it. Share right now. Like it's pretty mandatory because I won't be able to do a lot of it. So we got some great episodes coming up. You guys are going to love them. They're very fun interviews, all that stuff. If you guys want to support me during this time, I am taking Venmo. Ha ha. Yeah, I know that sounds kind of cheesy and stuff, but if you want to Venmo me, you can. My Venmo is Keith, Keith, and then a little dash, Reza, Reza. So anything you could throw at me, that would be greatly appreciated. You know, because I don't know how I'm gonna be surviving until I get these accounts back. But yeah, just give me some tips and comments. Only comment positive, real tips. I'm going through so much right now that I don't really want to read negative tips, or negative things. And I know that's really asking a lot because I feel people are very critical, but it's not good for my mental health, and it's really not good for my mental health anyway, especially right now with what I'm going through. So if you do have something mean to say, uh, you know, trolls have been saying mean stuff to me my entire career. I would appreciate just bite your lip on this one. Feel free to send me an email about it, but don't comment and stuff because I'm sure other people who are in this position would like answers as well. So you're really helping someone if you give them positive, real advice and answers to fix this solution. So, and I just feel mean comments just doesn't really help anybody. Um, all right, guys. Well, thank you for taking time to listen to this, watching this, whatever you're doing. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, the Razor Riffs Instagram is still up, but I can't comment. I can't DM. So it's Razor Riffs, Rifts on Instagram. As of right now, who knows if that gets taken down. But you know, just keep helping me. Two ways you could help is if you do have a blue check mark on Instagram, just contact support. Tell them, hey, your favorite comedian, Keith Reza, best buddy Keith Reza, has accounts deleted. Can you please call him? Um, you know, if you do that, send me an email at razorriffs@gmail.com. I will give you my phone number so that they could call me. And if they call me, that would be great. Um, maybe I'll give you free cameos. I'll let you listen to a Razor Riffs with a guest for free. But I'll do something to take care of you guys for helping me. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. It is August 6th, 8:08. I apologize. This episode wasn't funny, but it was real. And, that's all I can do is be real right now. All right, guys. Subscribe, rate, review to the podcast, and enjoy the next episode that comes out. And again, help me get my socials back. Keith Reza signing out.